Hello and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to bring another deck showcase to you. This is my most competitive deck. This is Captain Sisay Paradox Storm. It's a deck I've been wanting to build for a long time, and I finally got it done, more or less. There's still a couple of cards I want to try to work on. But all the expensive stuff is out of the way, so it's now just down to the fine-tuning, which has been a very obnoxious process, as I'm sure that any of you who have played competitive Commander can attest to. So, without further ado, actually there is further ado, I need to let my dog in. Good old video interruption. I'm going to let you take a look at that right there. Got those nice new dragon shields. There, if that wasn't awkward enough. She finished up outside much quicker than I expected. So, let's get into it. It's going to be a little bit awkward to work around the angle here, so I got to figure out placement, but this is my Sisay deck. That's the one token I use. Pokemon sleeve for no reason, and of course, gotta go Star Wars. So, my deck is more streamlined for combo. At the current moment, it's about 1.73, 1.74 average CMC. Everything is pretty low. I don't run a lot of the really crazy stacks pieces. But anyway, go straight into the creatures. We've got Arbor Elf, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Aven Mind Sensor, of course. Azusa is part of one of the combos. It's the only reason she's in here. Because in my opinion, she's not all that good in competitive Commander. At least not that I've seen. Birds of Paradise, Doom Tender. A lot of people ask about this, but if you're familiar with the Sisay Paradox combo, you need 2 sources of non-land mana to go off, and this provides that. Boreal Druid. Trying to get it, make sure it's in the camera there. I'm going to test out Caustic Caterpillar, see if I like it. Considering Quasali Pride Mage as well. Dosen's a huge part of one of the combos. Elvish Mystic. Trying to get all the promo arts for my dorks. Elvish Spirit Guide for additional mana. Aetherborn Canonist is one of the stacks pieces that's kind of asymmetrical for me. I have a combo that I can do that's entirely artifact. So, Fintorn Elves, Findhorn Elves, how do you pronounce that one? I always say Fintorn. Gaddock Teague. Grand Abolisher, of course. Oh, so nice, Hokori. This has been a very fun card for me to play. I don't play Winter Orb, but I do play Hokori. Hope of Girapur. In testing, Hokori has done better for me. I guess it's just because I can pull it out whenever I want to. Kataki. Linvala, she's right at the top of my curve. This is a really tiny deck as far as that goes. Very cheap mana. Unaware Elves. Mother of Runes. Of course, Priest of Titania for all the elves I run. Safi. Explore Returned is one of the combo outs. She's used in 2 combos. Other Selvala is used in one of the combos, and that combo also involves Explore Returned. And I happen to have a nice foil that I wanted to use, so. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Sylvan Safekeeper. New Thalia. She's one of the weaker cards in the deck, so she may be coming out. I'm not sure. I like what she does, but 3 mana is a lot in competitive Commander. And Voyaging Satyr. You'll notice that I don't have Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and Eidolon of Rhetoric, and some other cards. They don't fit my playstyle. This deck is more combo-focused than stacks-focused. Onto the artifacts. We've got Blasting Station, which is part of one of the combos. Excuse me. Long day. Bow of Nylea, also part of the same combo. Chrome Mox. Very nice defense grid. Foil Grafdigger's Cage. I'm using 2 gold border cards. One of them is Grim Monolith. Haven't been able to find a non-gold border one, but this works just fine. My shop allows it, so. Lightning Greaves, of course. More fast mana. Getting into the crazy mana part of the deck. Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Mox Amber. I don't like this card in pretty much any deck except for this one, but in this deck, it is a Storm Piece. Finally got myself a Mox Diamond. And you might remember me mentioning that in Kalia videos that I was looking for one. Mox Opal, Paradox Engine. This is what makes the deck go. The Selvala Heart of the Wilds combo does not need it, but this deck runs 3 combos, and 2 of them require Paradox Engine. And they can be pulled out turn 3. Sol Ring, 1,000-Year Elixir, important for the Selvala Explore Return combo, though not necessary. And Umbral Mantle. Excuse me, I get stuffed up. This one goes infinite with Selvala Heart of the Wilds, and that's what enables the Selvala Heart of the Wilds combo. I get infinite untaps, infinite mana, infinite buffs, which aren't that important, but if I can tutor with Sisay, then I can find a win con. Onto my rather small enchantment package, which may be getting even smaller. We have the Carpet of Flowers, good for competitive commander. Concordant Crossroads, just extra haste if I need it. This is one of the 2 enchantments that may be coming out. It's a really fun older card. Give haste to a creature for green. And it can untap 1 additional time for 0 mana, just once per turn. So it's a really cool card, but it does kind of require... It's a little bit more limited as far as the combo goes. Rest in Peace doesn't really affect me too bad. It does kill one of my combos, but I can play around it. I took this, I put this in after I took out Path to Exile, and I took out Path because I don't want to give my opponents lands. This gives my opponents lands, but it also turns the things that I'm afraid of into that same land. And it gives them green mana, which is not as useful for most competitive decks. So that's where I'm a little bit iffy on it. It can shut off certain commanders like Sisay. But the problem is it's 3 mana and it's sorcery speed. So it's on the chopping block. And of course, Sylvan Library. Oh. I like this new tripod, but man, does it get in the way. All right, now onto the instants. I actually have a lot, surprisingly, considering the fact that I run defense grid. So this is probably going to be cut down at some point. We have Apostle's Blessing, just a card I really like for protection. Also protects artifacts. Autumn's Veil, another great card. You're pretty much going to find blue or green or blue or black at every competitive commander table. Beast Within is a obvious choice. Crop Rotation, of course. Green deck should be playing that. Eladamri's Call. Would love to get a foil of that, but those are hard to come by. Enlightened Tutor. I run a lot of tutors, as you can tell. This is an interesting card, and the only reason I threw it in is the fact that even Mind Sensor kills me. It's 1 white, remove target creature with power 2 or less from the game. Hate Bears are the things I typically am going to care about, and also kills off a lot of common commanders that we're going to see. Well, maybe not common, but it kills off some of the commanders like Sisay. So I don't like that it's 2 mana. Considering Unexpectedly Absent, because it kind of does something similar, but also gets rid of other threats for the same, pretty much the same mana cost. So we'll see. Of course, Nature's Claim. I really enjoy Noxus Revival for multiple reasons. 1, it's free recursion. 2, it's a 0-drop spell that I can throw. I can throw on the board when Paradox Engine is out there to untap my stuff, and it helps me get stuff back if I need it. So it's a good card. Rebuff the Wicked is another one of the cards that's probably going to be coming out. Apostle's Blessing is just better, in my opinion. And, yeah, I mean, I like this foil, but it's so limited. Most of the time that I want to use this, I want to use it to counter a counter spell, and I can't do that. I have not actually used Silence yet, so I'm not sure if it's going to stay in or not, but theoretically it should be good. We'll see. Of course, obligatory Swords to Plowshares. Very underrated card in my opinion, Unravel the Ether. Yeah, it could just be like a Naturalize or a Disenchant or something, but I just really like this card. Not that indestructible really matters too much, but it does get around indestructible. And of course, Worldly Tutor. All right, on to the sorceries, the biggest stack of them all. 3 cards. I don't run many. Greenstone Zenith for many reasons. Of course, the fact that it's a good card, combos well with Dryad Arbor and all the other green things I have. But it's also part of the Selvala Explorer Return win con. I deck everybody out, but keep myself in the game by whiffing with Greenstone Zenith repeatedly. Regrowth, just cheap recursion, and a Steel Shaper's Gift. Not many people run this. I really like this card. I run 2 equipment. It seems low, but it comes in handy. 1 mana to Find by Lightning Greaves or my Umbral Mantle for a combo. And lastly, we're going to move on to the lands. I run 30. Didn't want to run that few at first, but it's been working out pretty well. The deck is about half mana if you haven't seen so far, so 30 lands is pretty good. Ancient Den, I'm running the artifact lands just because turn 1 Mox Opal is sometimes a thing. These may come out. If they do, it's going to be like another basic and then Okina, Temple to the Grandfathers. Ancient Tomb, Arid Mesa, I run all the viable fetches. Brushland. This is the Cavern of Souls that belonged to Kalia for the longest time. I'm proxying that one in there. Just because I only have 1. The City of Brass. Command Tower. Just picked up this nice Dryad Arbor. So, my non-foil went into my mono-green Elves deck that I'm still working on. Flooded Strand. I have 1 foil forest and then 2 non. This is the other gold border card, a gold border Gaia's Cradle. These things are still like $80 at the time of making this video, even though they're not tournament legal, just because it's a cradle. Gemstone Caverns, very fun card, very useful card. Leads to a lot of the turn 3 wins. The deck averages between turns 3 and 5. Playing solitaire mode, gold fishing. But Horizon Canopy, wish I'd waited a little while because I paid $40 for this, but good land is good. Inventor's Fair is very useful, only because it tutors out the non-legendary artifacts that are part of the combos. So Blasting Station, 1,000 Year Elixir. Lightning Greaves if I need some haste and I don't need the others. Good card. Mana Confluence. Marsh Flats. Misty Rainforest. Good old Razorverge Thicket. Oh, I missed one. The plane stuck to it. I really like these unstable full arts. I dropped all the snow basics in my decks just for these. So, Wizards, if you're seeing this, give us some full art snow basics, please. Razorverge Thicket, Reflecting Pool. Very nice. Savannah. Strip Mine. I don't run Wasteland or anything, just a Strip Mine. Just the one of. Sunpetal Grove. Temple Garden. The Tree of Tales, Verdant Catacombs, Windswept Heath, and Wooded Foothills. I believe I'm running just enough fetches for all the targets I have, but the game should be over before that. So, I'm considering Unexpectedly Absent, considering Rift Sweeper. There's a couple other fringe removal cards I'm considering, like Natural State. Maybe some different stacks pieces that are mostly asymmetrical. The problem is, with how tight this deck is, I need things that are pretty cheap. And I'm already running a lot of them. So, anyway, that is my take on Sisay Paradox Storm. Let me know what you think, if you've got any suggestions for it. The deck is constantly changing, but the core is still the same. If you don't know how the combo works, you get 2 sources of non-land mana, so even a Soul Ring will work. You get Paradox Engine on the board, you cast a spell while Sisay can tap, and you tutor out a bunch of stuff. First thing you tutor is Mox Opal, then Mox Amber. And from there, you've got 4 pieces of mana on the board. You can actually start them with just a single one. You don't have to have 2 to start off the combo. But from there, you tutor out Bow of Nihilea, Hope of Girapur, Inventor's Fair, which grabs Blasting Station. You sack the Hope of Girapur to Blasting Station to ping a player for 1, put it back in the bottom with Bow of Nihilea, tutor it out with Sisay. Repeat the whole process. Or you get Sylvala, Explore, Return, and Thousand Year Elixir, and you parlay. You need Docent on the board for that, so people don't draw into their Force of Will or their Pact of Negation. But you keep parlaying until everybody decks out, but you never do because you've got Green Sun Zenith. And you use Paradox Engine to untap things. You keep casting cheap spells. If you whiff on a spell, you untap a Thousand Year Elixir to draw another one. You're tutoring your legendaries with Sisay. So it's a very quick deck, but fun to play.